What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee and Rusty from Champions Chat, and we are here to power rate Tonga of the new Bloodline. He is the last of, well, what we thought was the last of this month's characters, but Rusty, something happened. Why is he no longer the last one?
Well, I think we anticipated, as what we've seen in the previous months, the A tier superstar tends to get a little support after his release this month. Example, Tama got a plate that was shaped like his chess piece. And so we are learning to move slower on this A tier superstar because things like moments, gear, and plates tend to be frequently released several weeks after their debut. And so here we are today looking at a much improved, and some really cool pieces have been added to Tama. So I'm glad we didn't do it too early.
That's right. Well, and even, we tried to hold off on, like, Naomi, for example, or we tried to hold off on the former A tier, the, oh gosh, where did my brain go? Not Chelsea Green. Who's the...
was one.
Who?
Tiffany Stratton was
Tiffany Stratton, that's who I was thinking of. Yeah, and then they went ahead and added things to her way after we power rated her anyway. But the nice thing about the power rating system is the more pieces it takes to make them good, while that raises one score, it actually lowers another score. So it does still tend to hold up. But we're going to run Tama two different ways here. Just a note, this is the Candy Store account. So while there is no gear for this guy, there is the new Bloodline moment fully maxed out. In particular, this moveset that I'm going to run first is not impacted by this almost at all, but the next one is. So we got to note that. On the moves, we're going to run the 6 MP belly-to-back suplex, deal 6 million damage, increase all move damage by 100% for one turn. The 6 MP power slam, deal a good amount of damage, choose 5 gems to make green gems. And then the Samoan drop, deal another good amount of damage, everything pretty much over 1 million with those. Choose 5 gems to make blue, and it doesn't matter as much, but it is a reversal. If they generate botch gems, then you deal damage and steal the botch, turn them into silence gems. This is very move damage based heavy. We do power rate post 99 MP always, so you will see I'm making choices towards the blue moves specifically. So you've got Pat Patterson here for blue moves that deal damage. We'll do 100%, plus blue moves start with 2. We've got Lawler for blue moves start with 4 more MP. Honky Tonk, Statue of Honky Tonk Man, for blue moves that deal damage will do 40% more damage. And then you've got about 3 or 4 different choices right here. I've got Ilya Dragunov on there. You could also use the Turkey Bird. You could also use Devon. It wouldn't be 40%, it'd be 30%. You can use, there's a number of people. So I would not consider Ilya a rare coach, not because he's not rare in the community, but because there's other people that do, if not the same, then within 10% margin of error. So pretty much that. And then on the strap, we're going to run the Honky Tonks Blues. I know Professor showed him off with the La Familia plate. With the plus 99 MP, that works, but without 99 MP, this one I think works a little bit better, but ultimately, you could actually use either of them. You could use the La Familia, you could use the Honky Tonks Blues, it's fine. We've got a 50% move damage strap with double takedown 2s and a 200% blue move damage medal. So that's all I've got. I'll get loaded in. We're going to go up against Scott Steiner so that we can see if he can hit over 60 million, because Scott has 64 million. Rusty, have you got Tama yet?
I do. I have Tama, and I have been trying to learn how to get this moveset down more predictably.
Yeah.
Triple Purple, I thought, was going to be, the set. And then here we are, kind of learning how to do this.
Yep. Well, I mean, either way you can do it. It just depends on how you want to get things loaded in. The purple moveset is really better once you, of course, have the Tama's plate, which is super rare. So I wanted to start with this one so that you could see. I mean, just note, he's already down to 34 million. So he had 64 million. This is going to be a 25 million hit right here. Plus, then we can do a 5 match and a 1, 2, 3, although that won't quite work. Let's see, that's going to match. We'll do that. So let's see if... Yeah, we're going to hit with the pin bar. But either way, he had 65 million, and he's down to 8 million. So we did right at 58 million right there. And I could have placed the blue gems and played with the pin bar a little bit more that way. I was just doing it this way instead, just because of the fact that I think it would work better to use the most of the pin bar that way. But either way, we're just under 60 million with that move set, and that's pretty much consistently what I've seen every time.
I think I've been running it a little different than you. I noticed you didn't choose anything on the second blue move. I feel like I've been choosing something or swiping. Maybe I've been doing the 1, 2 blank 3, 4, and then put the 5th to swipe. I think I've been trying to get an extra turn in there.
Well, so that can work very well. The only reason I didn't do it that way is because if you do the blue move that makes green gems when your green move's already loaded, you don't really need that. Now, technically, post 99MP, I probably should have swiped it the other way. And to be quite honest, this is the one disadvantage of going up against Scott Steiner is he's got this stupid sub that just eats you. So let me exit out here real quick. I'll run it the other way just to or run it the way you just talked about, just to kind of show and make sure he can still hit in that 55, 60 million.
Well, if I remember, the blue move 2 hits exponentially harder than the green move, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, okay. It does.
So it's you definitely want to get that power out on the table early.
Right.
Especially if you're going against a sub monster.
Right. And yuck. Twitch Lobster, we are going to have a vote here in a minute. We've got it on our Discord, and we also do it live on the stream here as well. So yeah, that's kind of why. So I hit the first move, which increased it by 100%. Then I hit the blue move because that's 16 million. Technically, the green move would not be loaded post 99MP, so I would need to match those, and then that also works with the Honky Tonks Blues and all that. So technically, I would need to at least do something like this. Boom. And then I can make this one, and I just have to match 3. So this one's doing 4.6 million. So if I match 1, 2, 3, that'll be fine. Don't cascade. There we go. Now we're at another 7.6 million. And now we're right back to the 25 million. So either way, it actually ended up about the same because I'm gonna screw the pin bar up. I only have 3 more shots. So 3.3 million. 33 million. He hit for 25, and then we just make as many green gems as we want to because we're gonna hit the board anyway. So it ended up being about the same either way. Let's see if he can't kick out this way though. There we go.
You have a move strap on him or not?
Yeah, I've got a 50% move damage strap. So
okay. So that's probably about all the juice we're going to get out of that lemon, at least with that move, because very few of us have 100% move damage straps sitting around in modern trickster, just spare. So that would be a prize wall get, I think, if someone can hire.
Agreed.
Yeah. So Jamie Mods asking, I'm new here. Can someone explain what the power rating means? I know it's a number out of 25. So 25 is the highest it can go. So I'll tell you this, rather than try to explain it to you up front, participate in each category. You'll get a chance to vote, Jamie, and you'll see how the highest each category can get is a 5. So cumulative score, the highest possible would be a 25. So it's going to unfold as we go.
Right.
Be really, I think, really simple for you. You'll appreciate it.
Let's see here. We could do purple move damage. So with this set, let me see. Broken by opponent, choose 300 bleed damage, and then make 6 random leech gems. Okay, there we are. So we're going to go all in with purple and leech gem damage. And as somebody already pointed out in the comments section, yes, the only right answer for Tama's vest is Julius. But we're still going to put the Julius plate. Yes, see, I already did it right there. We're going to put the Tama plate on Tama himself. Oh, Rusty, look at who our strap is on. Look at that. It's Striker RVD.
Oh, boy. We love the community and we love their ideas, and that's all I have to say about that. Right? We want to make sure they always feel the love.
That's right.
Hey,
that's
if you're
I
watching,
have to say about that.
I bet you know this already, but if you don't, Reset has happened. It happened around the same time we went live. Yep. So some great free contest points from the portal today for this weekend contest. You ought to grab those. You ought to grab them, and while you're there, click over to the fan vote. I think you get 400 free web coins as well, and a chance to be entered into a contest.
Yep. Make sure you check out that fan voting. Let's see. I'll just throw the Aussie plate on here just for funsies right now. So what we're running on this one, this is gem damage based. It is the triple purple move set. The Fireman's Carry Flapjack, 6 MP move, deal damage, and it's a decent amount, and choose 7 gems to make into trap gems. If broken by your opponent, deal damage and bleed damage to your opponent for 2 turns. If broken by you, make 6 random gems into leech gems of strength 200k. Then we've got Backbreaker, 6 MP purple, deal damage, make 7 trap gems purple. And then the Gun Stun finisher, deal damage under 1 million, but not quite too far from it. And then make 35 leech gems into purple and pin the opponent. So after 99 MP is gone, because we always power rate to 99 MP being gone, then you would need your Woods plus Santa to get started loaded turn 1. Veer would give you 125% more leech gem damage, and Theory would give you 100% more leech gem damage. Keep in mind that the leech gems are it's the damage that the gem that the leech is sitting on top of. So think of this as it's 100% purple gem damage and 125% purple gem damage, because all of your gems are going to turn purple when you do this. On the strap, you've got the Tonga plate. Whenever you make 6 or more trap gems, increase your purple gem damage by 300%. And I threw on the Aussie, but I wasn't thinking about that because that is, I can't do the currency. I'm going to have to fix that because that actually isn't going to go off. So ignore the Aussie plate entirely. We're good. We're good there. It's a 50% gem damage strap, and this time the moment does come into play. Multiply gems generated. Trap gems are 150%. Purple gems are 50%, and then you receive 50% less from all colors. So the moment does come into play. The way we handle that is, if he hits 60 million easy and well beyond, then we could say, well, even without the moment, he won't hit, or he'll hit 60 million. If he can't hit 60 million, even with that, then that kind of tells us what we need to know. So here we go.
Lee, let me tell you a secret about the moment. If you are someone in the community that is fortunate enough to have claimed the Bloodline moment from the prize wall through the midweek events, you likely are unable to max it out or even level it up very far because it requires this month's MLC Superstars shards to power the level up. So I've got like a level 16 moment just kind of hanging out.
Yep.
I need some more Tonga Loa shards.
Yep. I'm the same, actually. So I just got mine last night unlocked with Jacob. But well, let me run real quick here. So what I did was I threw down the move damage, put the traps down, broke them, and made them purple. I put them on the top row because it's least likely to cascade. But of course, pay attention to the gems that are below it. And then I did one more. I'm gonna hit this just for the move damage as well because it's a hefty. Oh, you know what? I screwed that up. I realized I was thinking I was choosing them, and it wasn't. That makes sense. But look at what the stinking thing did because of the moment. He 6-star gold. He wasn't able to kick off after 2 moves. That was crazy.
All you did was break 1 row.
Yeah, so that was nothing. So I'm going to run it right this next time here real quick, and then we'll get into the power rating. And for those who are saying, "Hey, I don't know how this system works," we'll explain it as we go. But let me do it the better way this time. Ay, ay, ay. So right here, this is why you got to watch the gems. That blue may match. If the wild card gem goes there, you have a 1 in 7 chance that could cascade. Let's hope it doesn't. It didn't. Sweet. So now I will throw down the trap gems again because it buffs the plate a second time. Mm-hmm. This time I'm not going to hit the finisher there, or the other thing. I'm just going to hit the finisher. Deal damage, make 35 leech into purple. He's got 56 million left, total of 65, and that did 43 million plus. He added some bleed damage to himself with those trap gems. So 43 million plus what we did was about 50 plus million right there. So he doesn't hit 60 million that way, but he did hit well over, or right around 50 to 55 with both move sets. So I think we're ready to power rate him if you are, Rusty.
Yeah, I'm ready. And just as a note, the green and blue move damage set was higher, right? It was higher by about 8 million.
Yeah, fairly similar. The only other thing that we could have done is well, anyway, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot more we could have done on that one. I was gonna say we could add the Bubba spec plate, but that's an ultimate plate, so you'd have to take off the one to put on the other, which doesn't make any sense at all. I'm gonna get his coaching ability ready before we move over, and then let's go to the power rating sheet. So this sheet is available on this link that I'm going to put into the chat again here. And what this is this is all of the power ratings we've done so far, including this little master sheet right here. So you can see everyone we've power rated and where they fit, male, female, and etc. But how this goes is each category is worth 5 points total, and we have 5 categories that Rusty, who came up with the system, Bob, BDC, myself, who tried to get this kind of into a refined state, kind of looked at the game and said, what do they actually do in these? So we broke them down to power and speed, which are objective categories. Literally, did they hit this? Then this is what the point score is. Then readiness, versatility, and entourage ability, which we take votes on. I'll explain each as we go, but that's kind of the setup as we do it. So on power, in order to get a 5 in power, you would have to hit 100% or more of the current meta's top end damage. That's where the top end damage begins, not where it goes at the very top, because otherwise William Regal would throw the curve off every time. And what we've figured out is the top end damage really begins at 60 million. So 60 million and on up is like top damage. And so if he could hit that, that's 5 points. He didn't hit that, however. So 4 points is equal to 80% or more. And he did hit 80% or more consistently. So we'll give him a 4. So he's a 4 out of 5 for power. On your speed, for a 5, at least 2 of the following things have to be true. Their MP charge has to be equal to or lesser than 6 MP, which was true. Moves need to recycle flawlessly, which they did. Now, you do need a plate for that to recycle like quickly, but it does recycle flawlessly. And it would result in a win in feud in under 45 seconds. Which I think is actually true, especially if you have the moment, because as you saw, even on a 7 match, Big Papa Pump could not kick out. For a 4, 2 of the following would need to be true. MP charge is 7 or less. recycles flawlessly, animations are quick, and he would win in under 60 seconds in feud. So again, this is more of our objective piece here, but he does have the MP at 6 or less, and I think he would win under 45 seconds if you've got the moment. The biggest thing would be the move set, the move damage set, where you're clicking back and forth. I think this one needs a little bit of a judgment call from you, Rusty, because I know Baby Ice isn't here for our stuff here. So would you say that you could see this character winning in 45 seconds or less in feud?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he's too clicky. He's just a little. There are a couple elements of click, but it's not. Yeah, it's and you're always kind of clicking the side column, right? So you're not having to strategically choose like you would on, say, multi-gems or a colored sub move. So it's pretty autopilot.
Again, we'll just have to splice this one together. So readiness is where we were at. Readiness. So for a character, what readiness score means is that the character, how quickly does it take them to get ready? How many things do they need to be good? Like, so for example, we mentioned Tiffy earlier. Tiffy, in order to hit her top end damage, needs the moment, needs her plate, needs special trainers, et cetera, et cetera. And so that counts against their overall. So it might raise their total score, but lower their overall. So for a 5, character needs 0 or 1 special thing, plate, gear, moment, etc. to make them work well. For a 4, character needs 2 special things, plate, gear, etc. For a 3, character needs 3 special things, and for a 2, character needs 4 special things. So, Rusty, I know you're going to put up the poll, but talk to me. How many special things do you think this kind of looked like here?
Yeah, so for the green and blue moveset, I mean, I don't think the moment is even needed. I'm thinking zero special things, because Honky Tonk's Blues plate, super common, was in the plate picker shop for years. Maybe I've seen Merrick's variation where he's running Hollywood Hogan to try to expedite the recycle on the move damage. We didn't do it. And so I still think that's, unless I'm a dummy, 0 special things.
Yeah, I mean, well, like I say, Jabroni Patterson could be possibly considered a rare trainer, and you would need him to start loaded turn 1 post 99 MP. Oh. Otherwise, you'd sacrifice move damage. So.
Lightning poll is live. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm missing something. I had typed up the poll and not clicked launch.
Gotcha.
And Patterson is more rare than the other pieces. So acknowledgement, like you said, Lee.
Yeah, but even if you need one, if Patterson is the one rare thing, that's still a 5 because it's 0 to 1 special things. So yeah, I could see. I mean, the Honky Tonk Blues is not a rare plate. It was available for a long time. I think Patterson is probably the. Footer says Honky Tonk eliminates newer players that weren't around to get the Honky Tonks Blues. Okay.
Yeah, I think I've seen it in the marquee shop. I don't think I've seen it in the daily stip shop. So that's fair.
Yeah, if it's in the marquee shop, that maybe gives it. Well, but the overall vote from the community on Discord, from Twitch is a 5. And similarly, Discord far outweighs the number of votes right now on Twitch because of our silly crash. So, I mean, it seems like it's a 5, which is worrying me. Like, Tonga here is already, like, very high marks. So, But no, I agree, footers. I don't disagree that you definitely want to be objective. And for those who are new, if they've rejoined us at this point, we always try to say if it's a question between one or the other, we go with the lower score always, because of that. But the vote was very overwhelmingly 5 this time around. So. All right, so for versatility is how usable is each character in different modes. So boss battle, feud, showdown, extreme rules, gem mania, etc., etc. So for a 5, character would need to be competitively usable in feud, boss, and showdown, and they would also need to have a special gem type that would help them in extreme rules or gem mania. For a 4, character needs to be competitively usable in at least 2 modes, feud, boss, or showdown, and character would have a special gem type that would help them in boss or extreme rules. And then for a 3, character can be competitively usable in only one of the main 3 modes and doesn't necessarily have to have a special gem type, but maybe a sleeper for boss. And for a 2, character's not strong in any competitive format, but may be capable of winning tours and blitzes.
Okay, lightning poll is going live. And I have a thought on this, Lee. I think he's going to lose some points here because unless we're using triple purple, I don't see a Gem Mania or a Extreme Rules or a boss battle benefit to his best moveset, right? I mean, I'm seeing green and blue getting it done in feud, getting it done in showdown, but that's it. That's the problem with move damage guys, is they don't do board transformation the way gem damage superstars do.
Right. And that is kind of a catch because if we, think of the triple purple, he definitely has enough to do Gemania and etc. And then, but if you consider his move damage build, like he has it, but yeah, and without the Tonga plate, quite honestly, the gem damage build is quite underwhelming.
Right.
Quite
and
underwhelming.
You're probably not going to want to move it there. And that's where this feels like a catch-22, right? To make him competitive and raise this score, we would then have to lower his score in readiness. So
maybe. Like, it's okay for them to have 2 different movesets that you would use in 2 different scenarios. It's just, again, if you're talking about Gemania, like, yeah, that is 100% fine, and that would still fall in the 4 or the 5 category, not just the 5. But if you're talking about, like, boss battle, yeah, he has, if leech gems get buffed and purple gems get buffed, he's going to be amazing for that, but he's still not going to be on the top end. Like, think about this weekend, purple gems are the go-to, and nobody is talking about, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to use Tonga. They're like, okay, he would work for this, but we're talking about Julius, Jacob Fatu, even some others, like Old Solo and stuff, over him. So, it is, yeah. It is kind of a catch, but
he might be a sleeper in boss battle. Let us look at this real quick before we move on.
Right.
His link is
50% gem damage.
My Vita Legacy gems do 20% more.
Look at the new Bloodline.
50% less damage from any move color. Any color gem. Or SmackDown move, or SmackDown link plus 1 MP. So in Showdown, I actually think there is some tilt towards him because of how powerful that link is,
right?
With the new Bloodline.
Yeah, I agree. If you pair him in Showdown with another new Bloodline, although, like, if you get Jacob Fatu, I would put him in slot 2. I wouldn't use him as my go-to character, in that. But if you're going Tonga and Tongaloa, then yeah, I would put him in slot 1. But the vote on Twitch was dominantly 3 and overwhelmingly 3 on Discord as well. So,
and for the video's sake, Sensei Kreese in the chat brings up a great point, and I think we've been misleading in this conversation if we haven't said it clearly. We do think he's effective in boss battle. We do think that, and Sensei Kreese made it clear, like he is. He could get the job done. He really could, especially triple purple.
Right.
He absolutely could.
Yep. Yep. Agreed. Well, I can make a note here in the fours that there's an argument to be had that he'll do great in Boss and Showdown. I mean, I agree. I don't disagree. I think he's my if you don't count OTC, he's my second favorite of the new Bloodline characters. I like him better than Solo, to be quite honest. So
Yeah, me
helps.
too. Me too. He there is a place in this meta for Tama Tonga, but I am also not ambitiously racing him to 6 gold.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Well, let's look at his coaching ability, and then I'll tell you what these are for the ratings. So his coaching ability at 31k is purple gems do 30% more damage. Moves that generate pyro gems will create 3 more pyro gems, which, if you don't have Maxine Dupree or Striker Drew, but even more importantly, Maxine Dupree, because if you've got William Regal, if you've got Ilya Dragunov, even Batista and some of these, that 3 more pyro gems is actually insane. This would replace Maxine to run William Regal's absolute best setup now. So for a 5 points means that this is an essential trainer or coaching ability that adds something you don't want to go into battle without. Widespread coaching ability. For a 4, widely used trainer coaching ability helps the character being used reach their full potential. For a 3, niche trainer ability, it might be used on a couple characters but overwhelmingly not used on a lot, but very valuable when needed. And for a 2, trainer or coacher ability offers something if you're missing better coaches and trainers.
I've got that lightning pole ready. It's going live. Lee, here's an observation for you as well. They took a very top shelf coach ability and put it on the bottom shelf for the whole community. 30% to purple gems was previously held by S and S plus tier superstars like Rockin' Roman and Jade Cargill. Now we have it on an A tier superstar that the majority of the competitive community will attain this month if they have not already. I think that's pretty spectacular. Now, is it as good as Zombie Gunther? Probably not. He's not giving me any MP, right? Which is always, and he's not excelling at something particularly incredible. But those are 2 really, really good abilities.
I agree.
So I'm voting 4.
I agree. I would also give it a 4. And Twitch, somebody, whichever that screen is, not that screen, gave it a 4, and definitely also overwhelmingly on Discord was a 4. So I would agree. I think if you have William Regal but not Maxine, you now like Tama Tonga is your best goal right there. So 10, 18, 21 out of 25. That's pretty impressive.
That's excellent. An A tier superstar who
that is
typically A tier, where we see them hit around 18 power rating typically.
Well, we can look at that now because we've got this nice little master sheet breakdown here. So a 21 out of 25 in Tricksters will put him above Ali Goat. Wow, dang. Right. Put him above Ali Goat, but right below Ozzy Osbourne. It'll put him a mark lower than Miz, but way higher than Karrion Kross, way higher than Akam and Tranquillo.
That's right.
Yeah. And it puts him higher than the new Tribal Chief Solo.
Well, gosh, but I think that's the right score. And I think I would rather have Tama Tonga than those listed below him going into a brawl. So I think that's the right score.
Well, I think so too. Typically, the chat tends to get it right, and we try not to just screw that up. But there it is.
Greatest of all time, Ali just never really had his day in the sun, did he? I mean, he was like
for a hot moment.
But it was like right before 6 Gold went live, and then I don't know, did he just not carry over into Gold?
It was very move damage based, very 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 move damage based.
Okay, so maybe 7 bronze if we swing back to move. There'll be a resurrection of the goat. But,
yeah, maybe.
But we worked really hard to get Goat Ali, so I would enjoy to see him be viable.
Yeah, 100%. 4-5-5 3-4, right?
You do a really good job with this, Lee.
Thanks. Well, this is a whole new wrinkle. I'll add his poster and the video link later, but now you can see Tama Tonga 21 out of 25, right below Ozzy, right above Goat Ali, which for an A tier, that is insane. That is insane.
You know what my favorite thing about Tama Tonga is?
What's that?
You might already know this, but for another company, he was an original member of the Bullet Club.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the first 3 in the BC. So
first 3 in the BC.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this power rating. We're also going to power rate the old Solo Sikoa, see if he holds up better than this Solo Sikoa that's a 20 out of 25. See what happens there. Rusty, take us out.
Hey, thanks for being on today with us on this power rating. If you're watching this on demand later, we'd love to invite you to join us on a Friday. Each and every Friday, we take a look at some of the newest and best and some of the classic superstars in the WWE Champions mobile game. We'll see you next time as you enter the chat.